What is going on, everybody? This is Gabriel Jones giving you a drop of sun any chance I get. And today we're going to be doing a reaction to the brand new Calvin Harris album called Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2. It feels just like yesterday that Calvin Harris surprised the pop landscape by releasing a retro disco album filled with so many crazy collabs that just worked so well together. To make it even more shocking, this would only be the first in a series of records that would come later down the road. I took the time to revisit Volume 1 and it still slaps after so many years. It's just wrapped in this aura of relaxing summer vibes, and it just feels perfect for when you're lazing on the beach and just basking in the sun. My personal favorites are Cash Out, Faking It, and of course Feels. Now we're in 2022 and the follow-up has been released for the world to hear, so why don't we see how it compares to the first one. Before we start, I would love everyone to leave a like and comment for this video, because the more engagement this video receives, the more likely YouTube will pick it up in the algorithm, so I thank y'all for doing that. And now, it's Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2. Track number 1, Intro. Very fitting title. Okay, it's very subdued right now. Very subdued. The melodic keyboard is really clicking with me. And the guitar hits just nice. Okay, so that was the intro. Very straightforward. It really sets the tone and the feel for the entire record. Not too much to comment on. I like the instrumentation there, but we can just move on now. Track number 2, New Money, featuring 21 Savage. This song I already did a short reaction to, I think about a month ago. You can check that out if you want. The link is going to be in the description. But, you know, always gotta listen within the context of the album. That piano hits just right, just setting the mood. He's just naming all these brands that I've never heard of. It just keeps coming in like a cycle. It just never ends. And the guitar shredding on this bridge just really catches the vibe, the summer vibe. And I like this hint of percussion here too. It blends nicely. Those little sound effects that he keeps adding in, you know, just make you feel like you're on a cosmic adventure. Okay, so that was New Money. We've talked about it before, but it still sounds very, very good. 21 Savage is just bragging about how much of a gangster he is. He's talking about all the luxurious items that he's acquired for himself through all of his hard work in music, and how he's built such a strong flow of income that he's just waiting for new money, new bucks to just drop into his bank account. And at this point, he'll just be set for life, because he's just that much of a player. It's still a very great song, and I love the relaxing sort of atmosphere that it presents. The guitar work is just amazing, and I love the percussion, some of the sound effects I really dig. And yeah, it's a very great song, and it is a great, real opener for this album, so props to you there. Track number 3, Potion, featuring Dua Lipa and Young Thug. The guitar solo is just so reminiscent of Santana. Like, I hear the inspiration. Dua Lipa, my one and only, my sweetheart, my love. Just a little bit of sex, you know, just a little bit of intimacy. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of like a visual to give us there, Young Thug. Well, yeah. Trained in the martial arts, my dude. I kind of like how we take out the beat and just focus on the melodies and Young Thug. All right, Potion. Yeah, I remember that being the first track released for the new album. I thought it was just okay at first. I wasn't totally blown away by it, but I think it's sort of improving on me now. Dua Lipa sounds very sensual, very inviting with her vocals, with her musical delivery. Young Thug also does a great job with his part. You know, his vocals just really hit your ears just right. He has that very unique sort of delivery within his tunes, and I think he does a great job here. I think he's trying to talk about how he's looking for love and sort of bouncing back in the dating scene. That's what he says at first when he says, "I've been catching love off a backboard, running from your love, that's what this track is for." He then talks about all the women he's been getting with and all the riches that he's sort of bagging. It's very straightforward, and it's very simple and easy to connect with. I think this track, like I said, it's growing on me a little. And hopefully it'll rank very high once I rank all these tracks. Track number 4, Women of the Year, featuring Stefflon Don, Chloe, and Coi Leray. Ooh, that whispering Chloe's doing. It's sort of majestic. Tambourine is really vibing with me. 2 Rolex watches. Damn, girl, you just living it up. Woo, that's a threat right there. Like, that's a statement of power for sure. Woo! Coi Leray knows how to bring the melodic vocals. Yeah, drink for celebration, y'all. It's on me. In this bass line to carry us out. It's really something to really dance to. Alright, so, Woman of the Year. That song I absolutely love. I think it might be my favorite so far. You just have these trio of women coming on the track together, just doing a lot of flexing and showing off that girl power, bragging about all the riches that they've claimed for themselves and bragging about all the power that they have over men. Chloe is telling this asshole, hey, you can't buy me. I'm in control of my own life. You can't just drop a dime and expect me to follow with you. Stefflon Don also brings a lot of charisma to the chorus. Like, she keeps it very simple with her words like, I got 2 Rolexes, I'm feeling like Woman of the Year, everyone knows who I am. And she just really displays that level of confidence and pride in herself. And I think she really does stand out in this track a lot. Chloe on verse 1 is saying how, men can't buy her because, she's in control of her own life. She's more valuable than they ever will be, including their money. You're jumping through all these hoops just to get with me, but you can't get with me. Like, I'm not worth that, little bitch. What makes Coi Leray stand out in this tune is how she sort of reflects on all the struggles and turmoil that she had to endure in order to get where she is. And now that she's reached that point in her life where she's become very successful, making chart-topping hits, and really collaborating with famous artists, she's really in the mood to celebrate, She's taking shots at the club, and she's out in LA dancing with her girls. And when she wants to hook up with a man, she's gonna be in control of what they do that night. This song is definitely a highlight for me so far. It is at the top of my list, and I am hoping that there will be a song that is strong enough that it can beat it. Track number 5, Obsessed, featuring Charlie Puth and Shenseea. Ooh, this is kind of like a happy little piano that they're playing right now. That's a very interesting meaning to this song. Like, I wish you missed me so much that you obsessed over me. I can go for some weed myself right now. Yeah, the homeboy can't control himself, can he? Yeah, he's hoping that he could put in all this work for you, but it ain't gonna pay off. I'm very thrown off by how low-pitched Charlie is on this song. Like, what the heck? Ooh, okay. These melodies really vibe with me. Nice little interlude. You're elevating off the floor. I kind of like this outro right here. Kind of feels like we're reflecting on the heartbroken emotions. Okay, so that was Obsessed, and yeah, that song is pretty interesting. I kind of like how it starts off sounding like it's going to be a very happy sort of tune, but then when you really dig into the lyrics, it's kind of like this guy is reminiscing on this time that he was with his girl, but then they fell out, and now he's missing her. I'm thinking that Shenseea is the girl in this scenario because she's talking about how much she's thriving without him, how much power she feels now that she's no longer attached to him. On that note, I think Shenseea does a very great job with the vocal delivery. She really shows a lot of confidence and pride in herself. She really does have a lot to offer in this track. Charlie Puth, I thought, did an okay job with this song, actually. I wasn't very impressed by the low-pitched vocals he was giving. If anything, they reminded me a lot of Jacob Collier, but I don't think that's a very good thing. Mainly because Charlie Puth has proven that he can do these sort of throwback jams, like on Voice Notes, where he wanted to make something reminiscent of the 90s. And while this is more reminiscent of the 70s, I do think that he could have offered a lot more on this track. I feel like this was a missed opportunity on his part, and I really think it could have made it into an even better song. but as it stands, it's just pretty decent, so there you have it. Track number 6, New to You, featuring Normani, Tinashe, and Offset. Bringing in that orchestral production. Ooh, love those progressive violins. I'm loving it. It's like we're in a fucking movie right now. Something from the 1940s. Oh, we seem to have some chemistry working here right now. A new romance is blossoming. Oh, a wild one like Normani. Yeah, this might be a new experience, you know, a romance that actually really seems to be developing properly. Yeah, you really make me believe in love again, honey. Yeah, you're making me feel all vulnerable and whatnot, boy. She sounds like so enamored by the word love. Yeah, now she's just being very upfront about all the intimacy they're gonna have. Now she's just letting those vocals fly. Almost as if they're going from Peru to Malibu. Okay, so that was New to You, and yeah, that song I think was very impressive. Easily what caught my ear the most is the orchestral production, and it really just sounds very nicely put together. I can just imagine a huge crowd of people just strumming their violins and cellos together. It really fits with the song because the trio of performers, Normani, Tinashe, and Offset, are really talking about this blossoming romance that they're getting into for the very first time. And there's such a strong connection that it almost feels like a sweeping cinematic experience. These two lovers are just blown away by how well they fit together, and they can just not wait to see what else they have in store for each other. Tinashe is easily the most impressive performer on this song. She really knows how to let those vocals fly, although Normani actually does bring a lot of cuteness and charisma to her performance too. Offset is just kind of vibing, you know, he's kind of playing it like the bad boy who is opening up to romance for the first time. He's really letting his true feelings just unleash onto his lover. This one is a very strong tune in the album, and I really cannot wait to revisit it. Track number 7, Ready or Not, featuring Busta Rhymes. I mean, I hope I'm ready. My rocket is just way too powerful, even more than Elon Musk. Yeah, he's in the mood to celebrate, and he's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, I think you're letting them know, boy. This production definitely has more of a classic feel to it, you know? Something that's very old school. Oh, that little beat right there. And now we have this very calming outro. After that onslaught of lyrics. Okay, so, Ready or Not. Yeah, that one really got the energy flowing out of me. Busta is definitely one of those rappers that really knows how to spit out the lyrics at a rapid pace. So I had a pretty hard time keeping up with it, but holy guac. This is something that I can vibe with. He's just declaring how he's just in the party mood, how he's very successful, how he's just on the yacht, just living it up, and ain't nobody gonna stop him from doing that. Like I said, he's like a T-Rex, just ready to just charge through the place and not let anybody get in his way. There's not really any fancy tricks going on here. It's just Busta Rhymes just laying down his rhymes and showing everybody what he's got. I appreciate that straightforwardness from time to time. And Busta, you really showed off your stuff, and you proved that you are a GOAT rapper. So, yeah, thumbs up. And another thumbs up. Track number 8, Stay With Me, featuring Justin Timberlake, Halsey, and Pharrell Williams. I kind of like this breathy delivery that Halsey's giving. You know, she's really being all like sensual and majestic in a way. This jumpy guitar really kind of gets to me. The harmonies right there, you know, kind of really hit me just right. There was no way that Calvin would have released this record if he didn't bring on Pharrell. Like, they just go together like PB&J. Like, they're attached to each other like lovers. Yeah, I am not missing on this opportunity to enjoy myself and dance with you. Are you talking about that kind of pipe? I kind of like these violins that are sort of entering the tune to serve as a nice little melody on the outro. Cracking my knuckles to the beat of the song. Okay, so that was Stay With Me, and yeah, that song I think has grown on me quite a little bit. Not as much as Potion, but it is impressing me a little bit more with each listen. Halsey is very fun with her vocals, and I really dig just how much she is able to really have fun with this sort of song. Justin Timberlake, I think, also does a really great job. You know, he is sort of musical veteran at this point, so he really knows how to do his job well. He fits with the tune just right, and he really knows how to kick back and just have fun with these sort of pop tunes that feel very reminiscent of the 2000s. Speaking of which, Pharrell is just an absolute spectacle when it comes to Calvin Harris songs. Like, he was on Volume 1, I think he was on 2 tracks on Volume 1, and he just gels with the beat just so well. Like, he knows how to really bring the charisma and everything. Like, these three are just out having a party together, and they really know just how to vibe with the music and just enjoy themselves and not worry about the so-called mess that they're witnessing at this event. But now we got another interesting song coming along the way. Track number 9, Stay With Me Part 2, featuring these same artists. Okay, this song, this part 2, is a little bit more heavy with the percussion. It relies on it so much more. It's kind of like they're saying, if the party's over, it's technically not over. Yeah, I bet you have a lot more energy still in you. Ow! Yeah, that's reminiscent of the 70s right there. Ow! Okay, so part 2 of Stay With Me. I think what is going on with part 2 is that it's sort of like the morning after they had this incredibly amazing party, and JT is encouraging, I believe, Halsey. I think Halsey is playing this role. But yeah, he's encouraging his girl to not give up and to not quit dancing. You know, they still have a lot of festivity within themselves, and they should just keep on grooving until, like, they literally cannot for the life of themselves do it no more. It's a very fun track, and I gotta say that all 3 of these performers did their jobs very well. Again, they all fit with it very nicely, and yeah, I think it was definitely worthy for part 2. Track number 10, Somebody Else, featuring Georgia Smith and Lil Durk. I'm getting this very mysterious vibe from this opening. The guitar melodies, of course, are just out of this world. It seems like she's really trying to, like, build back this relationship that sort of fell apart. It's like they sort of are now seeing other people, and the love has just evaporated between them. That's a good line. I like that line. I called her a bitch. She's nobody's dog. I love that bass plucking, you know, it's just very distinct on the chorus. We got the epic guitar once more, along with this incredible drumming. I really like it. Okay, so that was Somebody Else. Very interesting track, I gotta say. The premise of the song seems to be 2 people, in this case Georgia and Durk, who sort of fell out with each other after dating for a while, and now they're just sort of like reflecting on how that love went now that they are seeing other people. Durk is in this weird position where he's with another girl, but he's sort of looking back on the past relationship and thinking, what could have been? He's scrolling through his ex's pictures, and he's thinking about all the times that he fixed her hair, and, you know, maybe he didn't treat her exactly the best, but he wishes that maybe, you know, he could have done that more. Georgia is also approaching her previous lover, and after a while, she's sort of thinking about, is all this effort really gonna be worth it? Like, am I just wasting my time? Like, I should just try to let it go, even though we had a special thing going. The production is a lot slower on this track. We do get the epic guitar solos, we do get the funky bass lines, but it's sort of in a more reflective type of mood. It's very much needed for this kind of track, and I think it's a nice little change of pace from all the fun party jams that we got just a few tracks ago. So yeah, I appreciate that from you, Calvin. Track number 11, Nothing More to Say, featuring Black and Dineo. It's sort of drowned out, sort of muffled, but it has a very funky start. Yeah, baby, just please communicate with me. Please. Ooh, I kind of like how the production cuts out. We just focus on that bass line. I like that, you know. We're gonna dance the night away together, or just chill the night away. Yeah, we got a huge pile to take care of, girl. Yo, I'm really digging what Dineo has to offer on this. He's really, like, giving something on this refrain. Ooh. Now we kind of have this dreamlike piano composition to play us out. Okay, so that was Nothing More to Say, and yeah, it's another very subdued type of song, you know, not like a dance jam like it was before, but, you know, it's pretty serviceable. Black is talking about how much he loves vibing with his lady, and how well they get along with each other, and how much he feels, you know, complete when she's near him. Dineo is really able to give us that fluttery feeling when we're with our loved ones on the refrain, when he's like, you got me feeling like na 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 na. Feel like na 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 na. I can't do it as well as him. I just can't get over that piano outro where everything is just so calm and relaxing, and it's almost like we're just laying there with them. Well, I don't want to lay there with them, but you know, it just feels like something that you could really just doze off to. Great guitar work as well, and I think that one is pretty all right. Not exactly one of my favorites, but you know, it has something going on with it. Track number 12, Live My Best Life, featuring Snoop Dogg and Lotto. Oh, here we go. Snoop Dogg coming back for the sequel. Hey, as long as we don't fuck up each other's vibes, you know, we can enjoy ourselves. Yeah, the sexual energy I've been giving off, it's just not enough. Yeah, I could turn a cold-hearted man into someone who warms up to me. I'm with you, Lotto, on that. I'm with you there. Oh, I kind of love that cymbal work right there. It's nice. Okay, so that was Live My Best Life. And yeah, that one I kind of really liked a little bit. Snoop Dogg and Lotto are just sort of chilling on this song. You know, it just kind of feels like something you could listen to at the beach while you're in your lounge chair and just enjoying the nice blue sky and the nice sound of the ocean and the hot sand on your feet. You get the sense that you have these two people who are just looking to have a good time with each other and just really like make love, essentially. And Lotto is saying how like I can make a man just really warm up to me even if he's cold-hearted. I can really make him happy and put him in a good mood. Snoop Dogg is already impressing his lady by giving her some of his cred and just really laying on the charisma, so he really knows how to just bring it to the song. We seem to have a streak of just relaxing jams so far. You know, one about these two people sort of falling out with each other, one about these guys really vibing with their ladies, and another one where we're just having a good time at the beach and just vibing out. So let's see what these last two songs have to give us. Track number 13, Lean On Me, featuring Sway Lee. We kind of have a nice acoustic guitar for this intro. Yeah, Sway Lee just has these amazing vocals that can elevate any song. Like, God, he's good. That's good. I mean, sobriety is good, you know, healthy. Yeah, he's auditioning for the new DC movies. I bet that smells very delightful, Sway Lee. Calvin Harris, once again, bringing us the shredding of the guitar. Hopefully this is how you play guitar. And the drum work, I gotta say, is a nice little touch. Okay, so that was Lean On Me, and yeah, that one has a nice little summer breeze to it. Sway Lee fits with the track so well. Like, if there's anybody I want to see do a collab with Calvin Harris for one of his Funk Wave Bounces tracks, it's Sway Lee. Like, you can't go wrong with Sway Lee. You know, he was the best part on Unforgettable, one of the best parts on Sunflower. He knows how to really bring that sense of pure bliss. Easily what makes this track stand out is how it relies on the acoustic guitar to really carry the melodies. And it's, once again, a very relaxing sort of song that really just puts you at a really nice mood. When it comes to the lyrics, they're pretty straightforward. Sway Lee is talking about how he's just relaxing with his girl and how they're just enjoying the nice summer air. And he is just really just basking in how much love they have for each other. He's also asking his girl to stay loyal and to never, betray him in some way, which I don't think she will. After all, he is showering her with all these diamonds and whatnot. Yeah, while the lyrics are very detailed, it's very straightforward and very simple, very easy to understand and connect with. And yeah, I appreciate that from time to time when it comes to Calvin. And now it's time to get into the closing track and see what he has to offer us. Track number 14, Day One, featuring Pharrell Williams and Pusha T. Okay, got a slow piano for the first few seconds. A Tribe Called Quest. You can't go wrong with them. You get me. Like, you really know what kind of person I am, and I appreciate that. That's how many I got, boy. Helpful life advice, I really could have used it back then. Again, guitar work is very nice. It's very funky. Okay, so that was Day One, and yeah, I gotta say, that's a great song to end the album with. You have this very touching sort of tune where Pharrell is singing to either a lover or a friend, I can't exactly tell. They're sort of relaxing with each other during the nighttime, they're talking about counting stars and putting your hand up and counting them. And he's just reflecting on his life, all the struggles that he endured, fighting parents and everything. And ever since then, this friend or lover he's been with has always had his back, and he is very appreciative of their loyalty. Pusha T bringing in the rap verse, talking about all of his riches and how he came up to earn them, and how he's just thankful for everything that he's worked towards, and how everyone who was with him from day one had his back, or day uno in this case. There's a real sentiment feeling when he refers to his friend or lover as day one, because you're the first person I turn to whenever I'm having a shitty day, and you always know how to put me in a better spirit, so thank you for that. Honestly, there were so many good songs in this record. It's really hard to choose one and rank them all. But with that, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna listen to the album a second time, then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts, so bear with me. Alright, I am back and I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on Calvin Harris's Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2. I need y'all to bear with me. My microphone died and the audio is going to be a little bit crappy, but hopefully you'll get to hear my thoughts. If there's one sentence I could use to describe this LP accurately, it's that it's the perfect summer party record. In a lot of ways, it does play out like an actual party. The first third is the build up to the events, then we get the action, and then finally the cool down. Maybe that's because of all the breaks I took in between listening to it, but that's the vibe I got at least. Many of the songs definitely put you in a party mood, like Stay With Me, Ready or Not, and Potion, while others are more about stable relationships, like Lean On Me and Nothing More to Say. Then there's my absolute favorite, which is about relationships flourishing, such as New to You. But of course, what's really meant to be the focus of this album is the production. Once again, Calvin Harris makes this record shimmer with every sound he experiments with. The shredding guitar, the splash of drums, the relaxing piano, the muffled vocals, and the elevating synths. Calvin really does know how to transport the listener back to the 70s, like for real. Now the big question is, does this top Volume 1? Well, it's very hard to choose between these two albums, but I'm gonna have to say the first one. Mainly because it really knew how to keep up that positive spirit right up until the end. With Volume 2, there are times where I feel like the energy is dwindling, even if that was the intended tone. But nevertheless, I had so much fun with Volume 2. In this final month of the summer season, Calvis gave us a collection of songs that we can really jam out to while relaxing under the sun, and I am forever grateful for that. I give Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2 a 7 out of 10. My favorite tracks would have to be New to You, Woman of the Year, and Live My Best Life. My least favorites would have to be New Money, Obsessed, and Nothing More to Say. And with that, I think there actually is nothing more to say. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this album reaction. I hope you had fun with it. I hope you found it to be very cool. If you want to follow me on social media, be sure to check out my Twitter, my Twitch, and my TikTok. The links are going to be in the description. And that's where we're going to wrap up. My name is Gabriel Jones, and the sun may be setting, but I hope you're able to soak up those drops. Take care.